everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. In this video, we're going to be discussing this inbox message, and because of the changes to war and some questions that I have, we are going to be discussing everything you need to know about Alliance War and how this right here affects you forevermore when it comes to Alliance War. Hey, that rhymed. All right, before we jump into this, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So I logged into the game the other day and I saw this and I read it. Now, what this is telling us is that in Alliance War, whoever you put down as a defensive team, you are not going to be able to use as an attacking team. Now, this is a relatively small change within the game to make, but it is a drastic change when it comes to how you strategize and how you prepare for war. So that's what we're going to discuss. But again, first, before we get into all of that, just a couple reminders. I do have all my social media links in the description below of every video. Definitely take a look at that. Join us on Discord where we're talking about tips and strategizing and talking about anything and everything about this game that we all love to play. Also, I do stream 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And if there's any change to that whatsoever, I do post in my on my channel in the community tab to let everybody know what those changes are. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into this. So this change here, we're going to jump over here into Alliance War. We're currently in the enlistment phase. This change here, when you take a look at how you are going to set up your defenses now, where before we could attack and defend with the same tunes. We would go in there and we would put our best teams out there. We wouldn't care about it. It's just whatever our strongest teams are, we would put absolutely everywhere. Then when we go into the attack phase, we'd use those exact same teams to attack everybody and win battles over cannons and towers and the ship. All right, can't do that anymore. Going forward, you need to strategize around who is going to be the best defenders and who are going to be the best attackers. Because again, whoever you put down as defending your cannons and your towers and your ship, you are not going to be using those teams when it comes to attacking. So where everybody's rosters are, well, I will say probably a large majority of players, where their rosters are, they focused on the upper part of their roster, the teams that they like and things like that, and have built them all up. That's not going to be enough anymore when it comes to Alliance War. You need to look at your entire roster now, not just the best of the best. What does your entire roster have to offer? What types of teams can you create from your roster? And how is that going to benefit you and your alliance in the upcoming Alliance Wars? That's going to take a lot. Luckily we have a few days to figure this out. Right now we have 2 days and 21 hours left before this war starts. So everybody's probably scrambling and trying to figure out kind of how that's going to work. Now, a few ways that have come to mind for me, you can always say, all right, divide your alliance up into attackers and defenders. Who has the teams that will have the best attackers? Who has the teams that will have the best defenders? And try and figure out how that works out. Now, if you assign defenders and attackers, your defenders just because you're defending doesn't mean you can't attack, and just because you're attacking doesn't mean you can't defend. It just means you're going to be weaker in one area or the other. Now, I know there's alliances out there that aren't even worried about this because they've got massive rosters and it's not really going to work. It's not really going to impact them. Where it's going to impact is really your mid to lower range players, your casual players, things like that. However, since Alliance Wars matches you up with alliances with similar power level, hopefully that will help. So we'll kind of see what it looks like over the next few Alliance Wars. I think we're all going to be getting our bearings around this on how to strategize better as we move forward with Alliance Wars. I don't think this is a bad change. I don't think it's a bad change at all. I think it would have been better if they would have started out this way. But this game isn't the only game that does it this way. Other games that I've played that have an alliance versus alliance mode in it, a lot of them do it this way. Not all of them. Some of them allow you to attack and defend with the same teams, but not all of them. So with that being said, I've also gotten a lot of questions about how Alliance War works and things like that. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump into how it works, some thoughts that I have, and complete this whole Alliance War guide. So going in here, we're going to take a look at this tab right here, this war overview. So we're currently in the enlistment phase. Now this is the period in which your leader, your co-leaders, your officers, if you have determined that you want to take part in Alliance War, then you're going to enlist your alliance in it. What are the requirements? So you need at least 23 eligible members. Eligible members are members that have been active within the last 2 weeks. They're at least level 40, and they have to have joined your alliance before the enlistment period ends. If you're in the preparation phase or the invasion phase and new members join your alliance, they are not going to be able to participate until the next alliance. Then you're going to go into matchmaking, which matches you up with 2 other alliances, and that's the whole enlistment period. Once that's done, we're going to go into the preparation phase. So in a couple days here, we're going to go into the preparation phase, and this is where you get access to the war map. This is where you get access to the campaign. What is it? The War Plunder campaign. This is very, very critical. This preparation phase, alliance leaders, alliance members, please remember this during the preparation phase. Set your defenses. Right now, start figuring out who your best defending teams are going to be, who your best attacking teams are going to be, and strategize kind of how that's going to flow over this next war. I know it's new territory for everybody, so this first one I think is going to be a little rough. We'll get our legs underneath us here over the next few wars. But alliance members, please go to that war campaign, run through and get through as much of that as you can. Collect those war coins. War coins are critical in this game. War coins will mean either the success or the defeat of your alliance. So please, everybody, go to that campaign, collect as many war coins as you can, and then communicate with your leadership, your alliance leadership, on where this is going. Alliance leadership, make sure that you have a priority set of where you want those war coins to be donated, because this is the time in which you're going to be setting up your war buffs, your defensive buffs. This is the only period that you can set your defensive buffs. Once we get into the invasion phase, you will no longer be able to contribute to those defensive buffs. So what are you going to put into first? Are you going to put into your ship? Are you going to put into another buff? What are you going to do? So definitely make sure that you have that priority set and communicate it to your alliance members so they know where to put those war coins. And alliance members, please keep an eye out for that, because you don't want to put over here and then somebody put over here and then somebody else put over here, and then you don't gain traction on the buffs that you're going to get in war. You're going to shotgun it and you're going to lose the opportunity to get those buffs, and it's going to make Alliance War that much more difficult for you. So please, please, in this whole thing, preparation phase is very, very critical. Work on your war coins, figure out your defensive teams, figure out your attacking teams, and get ready, because Alliance War is fun. There's some things that need to be improved on it, but Alliance War is fun, and this new change that they made is not a bad thing. It's just different, and it's going to force us to take a look at our entire roster rather than just the most powerful half of our roster. All right. Running through here, assigning defensive, strategy tips, definitely take a look at those. We talked about war buffs. Now, supply lines. Now, I do want to focus on this last little tip here for strategy tips. As war buffs flow down from the supply lines, the powers will stack. So, as a result, cannons benefit the most as they are affected by both the towers and the ship, making the defending tunes there much stronger. So with that being said, if you can take that ship out first, that's going to cut the supply lines off, and then you go to the towers, and then you go to the cannons. The cannons really are the tougher part of the battle. But again, it's going to depend on the attacking team power level that you have and who you're going to attack, power levels there, what buffs they have, what level of buffs they have in the different regions of Alliance War. So there's a lot of factors in here, but the fact still remains that the power starts at the ship and flows down and continues to buff up the towers and then continues to buff up the cannons. And that's your preparation phase. Get your war coins. Farm them every single day, every few hours. Make sure that you use all of your war energy because it is a separate energy than your normal campaign energy. Collect those war coins and donate them. I cannot stress enough. If that's the only thing that you take away from this video, awesome. I think I've done my job. Get those war coins, donate them in the proper buff priority that has been set by your leadership. And if you don't know, please ask. Please ask. That goes for my alliance. That goes for every alliance out there. Please ask if you don't know where to put those war coins and where to apply the buff. All right. So with preparation done, let's take a look at invasions. Now, invasions are pretty easy. What's going to happen is you have those 3 alliances, right, that you're going to battle up against. So it's 4 alliances total. You're going to be battling up against the other 3. The first battle is you and an alliance. You're going to battle. You're going to take towers and cannons and ships and rack up points. And as you're racking up those points, by the time that period is over, whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. And then you're going to go on to your next battle. You're going to have the same time period, 24 hours, to go ahead and battle through that, rack up your points, and then you're going to go through the third battle. And then finally, when attacking, you have the opportunity to donate war coins to attack buffs. You can no longer donate towards defensive buffs. That is now done. Hopefully you guys have reached your goal. And now you're working on the attack buffs to help you with winning your alliance wars. So defending buffs is all about protecting your towers and everything and making it more difficult for the other alliance to take out your cannons, towers, and ship. Now it's all about attack buffs and making you stronger so that you can take out your opponent's towers and ship and cannons as well. So make sure you're communicating with your alliance leaders. Alliance leaders, please make sure that you are setting your priority for your attack buffs and letting your alliance members know so that they can apply their war coins in the proper buffs, the buffs that you have set as a priority for your alliance war and for your alliance. And again, continue to work through that campaign, continue to farm it every few hours, and then continue to donate those war coins. Now, one last little piece here when it comes to donating coins, you may get to a point to where you're on the final battle against the last alliance. You feel that you're probably pretty good as far as your buffs have set. So then at this point, what you want to do is continue to farm war coins and then hold on to them. Make sure you're talking with your alliance leadership first, because there may be a time in which they say, all right, no more donating war coins. Make sure to hold on to them because they will roll over to the next alliance war. At least for now. We'll see if that changes later. But those will roll over and then you can apply it in the next war. So definitely, again, farm those coins. Apply them into the right defensive and attack buffs so that you can continue to contribute to your alliance and to the success of your alliance in alliance war. That's pretty much it. As far as attacking and stuff, again, we pretty much went over that. As you are working through the defensive teams on the towers, you have to clear everybody out in order to reduce the health of that tower. And then once that health of the tower or cannon or whatever gets down to 0, then it gets destroyed. Another thing to point out is toon exhaustion. This is something that's always been in Alliance War, and whoever you use to attack is not going to be able to attack again. So this is where having multiple attacking teams is definitely a benefit. Having multiple defending teams, even now is going to be more critical. So we need to take a look at our rosters too. Which teams make up the best defending teams, and which teams make up the best attacking teams? Like one team, my favorite team is the Knights team. I feel is one of, if not the best defending team in the game. However, I also feel they are one of, if not the best attacking team in the game as well. So that team can go either way, I think. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I don't know where I'm going to put that team right now. However, just to kind of bring us back to this toon exhaustion, make sure you're taking a look at your whole roster. Have a good idea of some of your attacking teams. And again, it's going to depend on who you're going up against. If you're going up against a massively strong alliance, now it's supposed to match you up with alliances that are within the same power range. However, if you're continually winning in Alliance War, you will start being matched up against tougher and tougher alliances until you lose, and then it'll bump you down a little bit, and then you kind of go through that same thing. So kind of keep that in mind. It is not strictly based on power level. It is kind of as a starting area, but as you are continuing to win, then Alliance War will get tougher and tougher. All right, So that's Tune Exhaustion. We talked about supply lines and everything. And then we talked about this tip here where you want to start at that ship first, if you can. If you can take down that ship. All right. So that is how Alliance Wars works, and some of the changes and some tips and some thoughts that I have around it. Now let's take a look at rank rewards. As you're fighting through the Alliance, you're either going to get first, second, third, or fourth place, and these are your rewards. This is definitely an area I think that needs to be improved when it comes to Alliance War, because a lot of time and effort goes into coordinating this. And now with this recent change, a lot more time is going to be required to strategize and coordinate. So this is going to put a lot more, it's going to add a little bit of stress to Alliance leaders, co-leaders, and officers. So definitely make sure that you're communicating. But these rewards really need to reflect the amount of work that goes into this game mode, because a lot goes into it. So hopefully we see this change, but you get some special boost cubes to boost up your specific stats in your with your teams based on region, and then you also get these tickets. We'll take a look at the tickets here in a second. And then as you're working through collecting your war coins and everything, you also gain points, gain milestone rewards as you're working through it. And currently it's Cannoneer Canasta. And then as you're working through it, you get a few tickets here. I think these milestones need to be improved as well. This is one area of the game that I think has been ignored a little bit. So I really hope that they kind of step aside and take a look at this game mode here. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming, but this game mode here really needs to be looked at, I think, as far as rewards. And then if we go ahead and take a look at the wheel, we'll just jump over to the wheel really quick. And this is it, the Pirate Wheel. These are the tunes that you currently have an opportunity to win. And you have your possible rewards here. You get 100 to 500 pieces. And then Cannoneer Canasta is right there at a 1% jackpot. So there we go, everybody. That is Alliance War for you. There's the recent change and some thoughts that I have around it and some tips I have for you. And again, please get your war coins. Farm them every few hours. Communicate with your Alliance leadership, and Alliance leadership, make sure to communicate with your Alliance members on where you want to prioritize those coins. All right. That's all I had for you, everybody. If you have some tips and tricks that you'd like to share with everybody as well, definitely put them in the comment section below. And as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on the Alliance War Battlefield. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.